starting to blow all over the place up there.
Who brought the dogs in?
But we have a nice secure studio. Nothing's going to happen.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, we're starting now. Go right on ahead.
You can do the clapper thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need that. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Indie Film Screenings. We are your hosts, Stefan J. Davis and J. Lee
Brown. That is correct. That's what the little thing on the screen says. I love doing that. Keep our editor busy.
So we're here again, bring you another special episode. This one is a real treat for you. This is called By Any Means.
By Any Means?
By Any Means.
Wow.
Yeah. And they went through all different means and different ways to make a great film. And I think they did that, actually. It's about, without giving too much away, because there's a little bit of a twist there, but it's about a young woman named Mimi that is a celebrity. She's kind of like a Kim K type celebrity, where she doesn't necessarily have any particular talents. And this is true, though.
Well, wait a minute. Okay.
Was that's not true with Kim K?
I'm not. I didn't say it was. No, I'm just saying. This caught me off a loop there for me.
I mean, technically, this is true. I mean, this is how celebrities status works sometimes. Like, you don't really have like a talent. Like, you're not like a singer, right? You're not like a.
No, she doesn't sing. She don't dance.
Yeah,
she just stands to look pretty.
You're not an athlete, but you just are famous because you're just famous for being famous in a way, right?
Around famous people, around famous families.
So some people are just famous for being famous, and that's how Mimi and Kim K are in a way they are. Nothing against Kim K. I like Kim K. She's cool, and Mimi was cool too. She's a fictional character. But I'm saying that to set up the stage that she's got the celebrity status, but it's not earn any particular merit. She's just a celebrity to some extent, not a superstar, but just a celebrity. And so she's out at the club having a good time and stuff, and she kind of gets kidnapped. So she kind of gets kidnapped there, and the guy kind of locks her in the basement and stuff, and he's trying to extort some ransom money for her since she is kind of famous and things. And so that's really what the movie is mostly about, is her in this hostage situation, trying to get some ransom money, and then eventually at some point they start to kind of work in cahoots a little bit. I don't want to give away too much, of course, but that's your main structure of the story. Is that she's a celebrity of some sort, B level, or maybe C, I don't even know. Kidnapped for ransom, and then they figure out maybe we could have a mutual benefit going on here a little bit. So.
Well, I saw the film. For what I saw, it looked pretty well made. I like the coloring of it, the whole atmosphere of the film. Thanks to Mr. Stefan, who was able to share some information with me about the film, because of it is a long film, and during that time, I'm just going to be truthful, be honest about the whole matter.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I didn't get a chance to see the full effect of the film like he did. But because I was too busy looking at other films, and a lot of times films come in and
we get a lot of submissions.
Yeah, we do. He's looking at a bunch, I'm looking at a bunch, and we bring our list together and we pick out the ones we want to look at, and we both look at the same bunch together. So during my bunch, I was looking at, he found a gem, and he was looking at it, and he brought it to my attention.
And we have full staff watching movies too first before they come to us and things. So it's a big long process, but sometimes things can get kind of lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, full staff.
Yeah. So sometimes things get lost in the shuffle there. But,
that does, yeah.
But this was, like you said, it was a great film. And really, I mean, honestly, I would say it was really good from beginning to end. It starts out with different kind of graphics and things where you see these celebrity images and magazines of this particular fictional character, Mimi, all over them and things and all the stuff she's been doing. And so it's really cool.
Some well-known people in this film too. At least I knew him.
Yeah, there was one guy that stood out to me. I can't think of his name, but he's definitely known.
They're so well-known, I don't know what their names are.
You'll recognize his face at least, though. That's what happened with me. But yeah, so I think there was a decent budget on this, but she did say this was her first film. You think so?
I think at least well over $1 million. I would think so.
Now I got to find out for sure, because I didn't think it was that high. But we might have to ask her now that.
I'm going by all the atmosphere, the camera work, the acting,
there's lots of great,
the scenery, the setups, the famous people's faces that we saw.
Now it looked like $1 million film in a way, but I just feel like they didn't spend that much though. I feel like it was done for
under
less.
$1 million, you think?
I think it was done for less though.
Okay.
because the way technology is these days and stuff, and connections and things.
I'm not saying millions, maybe.
You're saying $1 million.
Maybe $1.5 million, $2 million max.
Yeah.
But once again, we could be surprised. We could be surprised on unless it is done.
So I mean, you had a lot of things like locations. You had uniforms, like there were police walking around in full uniforms and stuff. But I just feel like there wasn't a ton of special effects besides maybe you could count the beginning effects, which were not extreme. There wasn't a lot of major visual effects or major explosions and things. So I think that would have kept the budget down.
It was filmed in New York, I gather.
Looked like it could have been, but then again, you don't know how much is actually shot in New York though, because you can also get away with that. And so I think they've kept the budget lower than what you said. So I really want to find out. Maybe we'll get back to you about the actual budget, because I think that a lot of it was spent inside the house too. And so when you think about that, though, you're just in one location in this house, utilizing the up and down stairs of that house, and just having that interaction between those two characters quite a bit. So that's going to really cut down your price for sure.
Well, with the technology world we live in now, you can always just Google that information, and you may just get pulled up.
Yeah. And we can just ask her. I mean, she sent us the film. So.
Yeah, that too. That. Well, for what I saw of the film, I saw the kidnap scene in the basement. That was which was pretty decent. I saw that. That was pretty nice. She did look like she didn't know what was going on. She wasn't too sure about what was going on. But at the same time, she just came from a heavy party thing, and the head was still kind of woogly there a little bit.
Yeah, there was a nice club scene too. Not to mention that though. Yeah, nice, really cool. Lots of people club scene. But yeah,
I've always wanted to know. I know the basic format when you film a club scene, but this one looked like it was in a real nightclub with real people moving around in the background and so forth. And when I saw the clip of that, it just looked like the place was just packed full of people. So I don't know if they just took the camera there and just worked around it, but I'm thinking you can't do that with the music, so you need control of your music. But the place just seems so overpacked with people. I'm like, did they get all these extras to be a part of this film? Or I mean, it's possible it could have.
They did. I think so.
But a lot of nightclubs, they do. They only use a small portion of what they want you to see of nightclub. You don't see a full-fledged of people in a night. This place was packed wall to wall.
Yeah.
So, but once again, maybe they just put the word out and everybody showed up. So.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, people usually come around when you say film. You got a movie you're showing. Everybody want to be extra and they can put their face on the camera and stuff. So, not too hard to probably pack out a full club there if you really. And based on what else they had going resources wise, I'd say it probably wasn't difficult for them. I think she said this was her first film, but still, when you have enough connections and plugs, already they had that one guy that's somewhat famous in their movie. So I'm sure, mentioning, and this was a feature-length film as well, too, so it wasn't like a short film.
About an hour or something long?
Yeah, about, I think, hour and 21, 5, something to that nature, maybe. So depending on, your location and where it's at, it might not be considered an actual feature-length film, because certain standards say 1 hour and 30 minutes, 90 minutes is a feature-length film.
And did she send this directly to the site?
Yeah, where were you at, man? What's going on?
I've been busy in my own stuff, man. I got a fans out there who've been trying to get a hold of me. I've been contacting my fans, emailing them all back one at a time. Yeah,
she did. She sent it directly to us for daily film screenings. Mentioned something about Australia or something. She moved, come from another country. Or, I can't remember the details now, but it's been getting a lot of publicity. They sent some articles, some reviews and things that's been getting a lot of attention and buzz and things. So sounds like it's pretty hot item here. Definitely would advise you to check it out. I think you would not be disappointed. The little twist at the end was very cool, and just overall, I mean, really, it was well done production from beginning to end. With audio, cinematography was A1. Their acting was actually good.
Yeah,
and I think sometimes when you talk about indie films and lower budgets, I think acting is the thing that usually kind of is hard to get those great actors sometimes. Because I mean, like we said before, you can find a camera and get some great quality images. Plus, you can rent lenses, so. Yeah. Imagery is not the issue as much sometimes as acting, because for somebody to have that true talent and skill to be a great actor is difficult, and if they are a great actor, then they're going to demand some great money.
Well, that's the thing about the actors who are good and actors who are excellent and actors who are passable. But apparently she had no problems with the actors, so they all were.
They found some great people there. Yeah, even like the smaller part people and stuff did a great job with their acting and things, and so. They might not have been, charging hefty money to be in the movie and stuff, because I have come across some really great actors who were doing things for like low and even pro bono and stuff, but they just were trying to still perfect their craft a little bit. So sometimes you can find those actors that are just tremendous, but they'll do things on the humble and off for free and stuff. But generally speaking, though, I've seen a lot of movies where the thing lacking the most with indie films is that actors just aren't great at acting, or maybe the director isn't great at directing actors. I don't know, but somewhere in there, there's some kind of miscue there where the pacing and the directing and the acting just fall short. But with this particular project, it looked like everything was pretty much A1 there.
So you really like this film, huh?
This was really good.
Really.
Yeah.
That's not too many films you actually gun ho over that you like.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows that Stefan is hard on film. I said in every episode, he's hard on the film. So if he says he likes your film, you have tugged his heart. I have to go home and check this film out again and look at it and make sure that check all the exciting features that you brought up.
I have to check it out again too, though, because there's a scene that I'm thinking about. I don't want to give too much away, but I wonder if it was deliberate. I can't say it, but there's a guy that jumps out at a certain point and grabs up the main person, and I'm wondering if it's the same person that you see later on in the movie or not. Man,
at the end?
Not quite the end, but further into the end of the movie there. Yeah, and I can't really, I don't want to spoil this one.
Now, what about the villain of the film? Every film has a villain. I looked at this guy as kind of a villain. The kidnapper guy.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, he has a twist. He has a little issue going on with him.
But it's interesting that you mentioned the villain thing, because with any great movie, and I don't know how much they did this deliberately or not, but your villain shouldn't just be just straight villain, like just an evil monster, just set out gung-ho on this and that and things. And he necessarily wasn't really like that. Like, he had a mission and an agenda and stuff, and you could say it's bad, it's wrong, but he didn't feel that way though. And it's important for your villain, your character, not to feel like they are a villain and a monster and things. Like a true person that's doing bad things in their own heart, they believe they are doing something good though, that they're justified for what they're doing, even if they're killing people, like Hitler. Like, you can't tell him, like, oh, you're the worst person in the world. He's like, well, I'm trying to rid the world of bad people, and this is my, what I'm saying? Like, no one ever thinks they're doing, like, a bad boss even, like, they don't think anything's wrong with their particular policies and things and ethics and stuff.
Yeah, true.
So on the outside looking in, you're like, oh, that person's bad. But that person, as that character, as that villain, they shouldn't feel like what I'm doing is bad sometimes, necessarily, right? To an extent. They should feel justified in their pursuits.
So tell us how you really feel about this film. You didn't find no mistakes, no errors, no nothing in this film?
I'm sure there was probably a continuity error here and there. I mean, it's pretty hard to avoid.
Well, the point is that you saw it, you thought it was great, and they sent it out to us, and once again, that's all that matters.
Maybe the very last shot, I felt like could have been done maybe differently. I don't know if it felt too artificial. I mean, it was supposed to be kind of artificial, and people were supposed to see that this transition that took place there, but it just felt a little off. I don't know if it should have been faded away faster, or if it should have been maybe words said. I don't know. So I say that very last shot, I get why they did it, but maybe that was a little off. But other than that, though, A1 really.
Well, that's good, because I'm happy to hear that. Now I can sleep peaceful at night, knowing that Stefan saw a film that he actually liked. So overall, this film probably gets a 10 on your chart.
Yeah.
Really?
Not 9.7. No. Well, yeah. I would say yeah. I'm probably have to give it a 10. I really didn't see any flaws that I could think of that I witnessed.
Okay. Well, that's good then. I haven't had the pleasure of watching from beginning to end, like I mentioned, but for what little bit I did see of the film, only because he drug me from my desk to come look at it. I thought the film was pretty decent too, for what little bit I saw, and I thought the quality and everything was pretty decent, and the acting was pretty decent too. So hopefully we'll see more of this person. What was the person's name? Did you ever get the name of the film?
Brooke. Well, I don't know for sure. I have to go back and check the names and all that for sure. Because sometimes people send stuff, but they're not the person that.
True enough.
They're things like that. But yeah, pretty solid. And also too, the music even was great.
Wow.
They really had music. It went well with everything. It fit in. It tied together nicely. I'm really impressed.
There you have it. You can go and visit our Facebook page if you want to check out the movie. I'm sure there's a link there to the movie.
Oh, and also, comment how much you think the budget was for this film too. I'd love to know what you thought after checking out a little bit.
Very good.
What do you think is the budget for this film? And then we'll be able to get back to them with the actual budget too.
I'm going to say about over $1 million. That's what my thought is, to be over $1 million. And then if it is, great. Yeah, I was right. If it's wrong, then don't say nothing.
20
about
lashes. If you're wrong, 20
But yeah,
lashes.
check out the Facebook page about this film and all the other films we talked about and all the other segments that we've had. Check out our YouTube page. It's the same as the name, Indie Film Screening, YouTube. If you forgot those two, those doesn't matter. You can always email us to indiefilmscreenings@gmail.com. We'll be more than happy to get back with you and send you any information you may need to click on our sites to check out our shows.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Oh, I could have said that.
Yeah.
See you guys later.
Just gotta
Bye.
keep it short and sweet.
I need a drink. You ever notice after every show I get a drink? I noticed that. With that being said, we're going to move on to the next segment of the show, which will be another film clip that somebody else sent. Until now, we're done with this particular project. God, that's a lot to
You
be
might have to
said.
clean that up a little bit there.
Don't worry, our editor will do it.
Editor, you may.
I was waiting for you to jump in, but since you didn't jump in, I had to
I thought you was
continue.
kind of wrapping it up though. I mean, it sounded like you was like putting it on the roll there, just kind of wrapping it up.
I was wrapping it
Go here,
up.
go there, do that, and that was pretty much it though, really. But then you start going to the other extra tangent about some other stuff.
I get no respect. I get no respect. Oh, I get no respect.